Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You coming at you live with that podcast. Um, haven't done it in a while, so you are now in the No Judgment Zone with me, Sean Taylor, discussing topics with no judgments, discussing topics with no judgments. So finally getting this thing back up and going. So it's been a minute since I did a podcast. My old Facebook account and old Facebook business page was hacked. So the old Facebook page was Sean Taylor. Now it's up under Taylor Patrick. The old business Facebook page was Taylor Made Training for You. Now it's Taylor Made Training for You LLC. So um, hacking happens. It is what it is. But we are discussing topics with no judgments. Today's topic is pretty much implementing action. In the body of the description, I was talking about resolution, how resolution is an act to resolve the problem. It's an act to resolve a thing. People have a tendency when it comes around this time of year, they start to thinking about New Year's resolutions. December, that's what everybody's thinking about. Everybody's thinking about. But here's the thing about New Year's resolutions, the key word resolution. Resolutions mean the act to resolve a thing. That means you want to get it rectified. You want to solve the problems. You want to figure out, if you didn't keep your word last year and how to keep your word on this year, what are you going to do differently? So, in order to resolve a problem, you got to do something different. You have to pretty much go a different route. The old things that you were doing isn't working. Now you have to change your approach, so to speak. You got to get back in the lab and you got to just mix some things around. So, how do you do that? How does one do that? One does that um, pretty much with um, just changing, their mental thought process and how they attack an issue. So, if one of your New Year's resolutions is, hey, I want to gain more lean muscle tissue. Well, you have to do the things to make sure that happens. Or you want to lose more weight, you have to do the things to make those happen. Or you want to drop body fat, you have to do the things to make those happen. How do you do those things to make those happen? You have to actually implement your actions. We can talk about a thing all day, but until we implement action, nothing's going to happen. You can say, I want my body to defy age, but until you implement action, nothing's going to happen. I want a better relationship. I want a better marriage. I want a relationship that lasts more than 6 months. You have to implement action. I look at people and I hear the way people talk and I see you can learn a lot about things. Just being on the outside in, you can see why people they got everything going, seem like everything works on paper, but they're constantly alone. Um, they're the bridesmaid constant, but they're never the bride. And then people are bold to say, I don't need a man or I don't need a woman. Based off how people talk, you can see why they things don't work out for them. Based off how they are on a daily basis, you can see why their track record is the way it is. Um, my thing is if I can't look at Sean and realize that Sean is full of imperfections, idiosyncrasies, and flaws, and own them, then how can change take place? At some point, we have to realize that we are our own individual problems. But when it comes to trying to change your body, you can't change your body without changing your mindset. You can't lose weight without changing your mindset. You can't drop body fat without changing your mindset. You can't look better naked without changing your mindset. You can't have a successful relationship or a marriage without changing your mindset. You know, I'm not trying to be non sympathetic or non empathetic when I say this next thing. We all have trauma. But when your trauma becomes your identity and then you start spilling that trauma onto everybody else, then that's a problem within itself because everyone has been through something. Everyone has a sad story. Everyone has been through something traumatic. Everyone has had a bad experience of dealing with the opposite sex. There's things that happen. It's called life stuff, and life stuff is going to continue to go on. You can be a hermit and be by yourself, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to put up with that. Then that's fine. But if you know that you got value on the inside, because I took a screenshot and I put up there, value don't beg. My mother told me something, and I've shared this story all the time, and we laughed about it. I was a kid, and she took me to the porch and she said, just look at you see that? You see these dogs chasing after cars in the hood? You would see dogs just constantly chasing after cars. She said, is the dog ever going to catch the car, Sean? I said, no, ma'am, because the car is faster than a dog. She said, that's what it looks like when men chase after, constantly chasing after. When you're chasing after something, I don't want to. Why would you want to chase something that's running away from you? That means that thing that's running away from you don't really necessarily want to be bothered, but you constantly chase it. You know, you got to act like you've been there before. I was, I remember being a boy watching Barry Sanders play, how he played the game and how respectful he was when he scored a touchdown. He would just hand the ball to the ref. It's because, he said out his mouth, you got to act like you didn't been there before. Some people can't act, when they do something they've done it tons of times. They act like they haven't been there before. Just calm, cool. And not saying that what everybody else does is wrong, but he had his whole approach to the game is when he scored a touchdown. It's like I gotta act like I hadn't been there before. I ain't gotta be doing all that other stuff. That's just not me, man. I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? What everybody else does, that's what you want to do. Listen, if you got to show yourself half naked to get attention, bro, if you got to constantly have your shirt off to get attention, you do what you got to do. That's not me. And I'm not knocking what another man or what another woman does. That's just what you do. So you do whatever you got to do for you. I'm going to have to do what's going to be in my frame of mind that works for me. You know, if my mother always told me if society is going right, Sean, make sure you go left because society is lost. But when I see people that's doing the same thing as everybody else, that's just interesting to me. That's not even mentally attractive. That's not even mentally interesting. It's not even mentally intriguing. It's about as boring as a book that never made the top sellers list. Is no one knows about it. It's just as that boring. You can see that every day. So I'm very disinterested in that. That thing that's different is that different stands out. The same don't stand out because it's a whole flock of them. Different stands out like a sore thumb. That's what's like. That is different from everything else. I want to try that because it's just different. It's different. It's not the same. It don't have the same dialect. It don't have the same verbiage. It don't have the same. It's not living by the same narrative. It's not living with the same trendy attitude. It's not following the blind that's leading the stupid. So that thing that's different is going to be extremely intriguing and interesting to me. See, different is never going to get boring. The same at some point is going to get boring. It's like, oh man, this is the same. It's the same. It's not challenging. It's not invigorating. It's not energetic. It's just the same. You see, the thing about value is not begging anything or anyone. And then when people put a little bit of stipulations, I'm always going to look at that person. I'm like, really, you? Nah, that's not going to work for me either. You know, everything to me in my eyes, it has to be reciprocal. If it's one side, I'm like, no, sweetheart, yeah, you look good, sweetheart, but I'm not gonna chase you. I'm sorry, I'm not. Maybe if I was ugly and extremely overweight, and I ain't seen my penis in about 20 years, yeah, I would chase. I would chase you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not. If I show interest and interest not reciprocated back, I'm gonna just keep it pushing. It's just how it is. And that's something that Gwen taught me. You got to understand value don't beg. When you don't know your worth and you don't know your value, and you're not mentally sound, and you're not self-aware, and you're not present, you don't even know what your own value is. So why am I going to chase something that normally I wouldn't have paid attention to if I saw it walking down the street? I'm not chasing. I'm chasing that. No, no. And on the flip side, they would have the attitude as if they look. I'm like, come on, baby. I mean, seriously, let's not do that. And I'm not going to go into deeper into that, but value don't beg. Value just doesn't beg. And I realized something. The big man upstairs says, all you got to do is depend on me. I'm going to provide the increase for you. Because people you depend on, it will let you down. People you depend on, you think they have your back, will abandon you at some point. People that you depend on, when you look around, at some point they're going to get tired of being there for you, and they're not going to be there for you. And I've said this before. When my mother passed away, the big man upstairs told me, he said, I'm going to expose everything that you thought was all in with you. And he did. And he did it every year. Everything that I thought that was all in, that I thought, oh, it's always going to be there, he moved everything and everyone out of the way. See, if we're not implementing action, then nothing can come into fruition. So if you're not implementing anything in action when it comes to your body, the body's not going to change, so nothing's going to come into fruition. If you're not implementing eating right, the body's not going to change and you're not going to lose weight. If you're not implementing being consistent with your exercise routines and workouts, nothing's going to be implemented, so nothing is going to change, and you won't look better naked. You're going to continuously look better. Excuse me, to continuously look worse. See, you must implement action in order for things to go from being upside down to right side up. But if you're not implementing action, ma'am or sir, how do you think change is going to actually take place? Again, going back to the New Year's resolution, resolution is the act to resolve a thing. And a lot of us, when it comes to New Year's resolution, we're like, I'm going to start working out in January. What does that have to do with today, December 16th, to 2023? What is going to happen? I'm always dumbfounded by this. What is supposed to happen when that clock strikes 12 on January 1st midnight? All of a sudden, the next day you're gonna be up and at them, and you're gonna be going and going and going, and you're gonna start getting right. You're gonna start getting. Why do you have to wait? You are promising yourself time when time is promised to no man or woman. So you're promising yourself, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start next month. Or I'm going to start next year. You're promising yourself time when time is not promised to nobody. So somebody riddle me that. How does that work? Why not start taking care of your body today? Why not start eating right today? Why not start drinking your water today? Why not start doing cardio today? Why not get a trainer today? See, when you hungry for change and you hungry for a thing, and I've seen it in all my 20 something years of training people. People who are hungry is like, hey man, I want to sign up with you because I know you get busy. Can I sign up with you over the phone? That's hungry. Hey, I know tomorrow's Sunday, but can I come meet with you and sign up with you tomorrow? I really need this. I'll beat you. And before I pull up to the studio, they already in the parking lot waiting on. That's hungry. Constantly emailing, constantly texting. Listen, man, I know you was running a special. This is what I can afford. Can we go ahead and I got this lump sum funds right here. I want to go ahead and sign up now so I don't end up spending it doing something else. Can we go ahead and do this right now? That's hungry. See, when you are hungry for change, you ain't making no excuses. When you hungry for change, you ain't procrastinating. When you are hungry for change, you realize that the best indicator of future behavior is that of past behavior. So I can't bring my past behavior into the present or into because it's going to screw up my future. That's when you are hungry for change. See, when you're hungry for change, your mindset is changing right there in the present. Because you didn't got to the point where I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and doggone tired. Now I'm fin to implement my actions. Now I'm gonna put something behind my words. See, we can have words all day, but if actions isn't implemented, all we have is empty dialogue. So change is not going to be ever implemented. My mother always used to say this. She said, "There's nothing worse in the world than a lazy man or lazy woman." Let me retort. My mother used to always say, "There's nothing worse in the world than a lazy man and a lazy woman." My mother used to tell me, "Sean, a lazy woman is going to be a hindrance, is going to be a nuisance, is going to be a headache." And she said, "Baby, if a woman is lazy in her own body, if she lazy in her own body, in keeping her own body intact, she going to be lazy in everything else." She's gonna be lazy with sex. She's gonna be lazy when it comes to problems. She's gonna be lazy when it comes to situations, circumstances. She's gonna be lazy when it comes into supporting and to believing you. She's gonna have a lazy approach in everything that she does. And she said the same thing goes for a man. I watched a woman all my life sometimes work two, three jobs. I watched a woman all my life wake up early in the morning to go to work. I watched a woman all my life not plot schemes on a man for a dollar. I watched a woman all my life didn't get a penny on child support. I watched a woman all my life, even though she didn't get a penny, she never had one negative thing to say about that supposed to be father who was not there, who didn't even bother to give even a freaking birthday card. My mother had a philosophy that a man that is trying is everything in the world. She said, "A trying man that is who fights to try every single day that he wakes up, that the big man upstairs give him a brand new mercy of life, that he tries to put effort every single day, that dude is everything." She said, "But we so dumb. We looking for the opposite. Instead of that dude that's putting effort every day. He go to war in life every single day. He go to work every single day. He works hard. He may not have everything, he may not be the richest or whatever, but he puts in effort every single day. That guy is the most unappreciated, most undervalued person in the world. But in retrospect, he is everything in the world." To say the difference between a dumb woman and a wise woman, their visions and perspectives in life is totally different. See, the dumb woman think that she's supposed to be catered to. The dumb woman think that she is the prize. The dumb woman thinks that the sun rises and sets on her ass. The dumb woman thinks that the earth it spins on its axis because that she exists. The dumb woman thinks that her vagina is the be all to end all to everything in life and probably is even mediocre at best. But the wise woman don't even think that way. The wise woman the wise woman was taught how to be a wise woman. The wise woman is a hustler. She ain't nothing but a female hustler. The wise woman is going to fight for education. The wise woman is going to fight to prove herself and get her career. The wise woman is strong. The wise woman, she uplifts men. She don't tear them down. The wise woman knows that dude ain't no perfect in me. That dude is imperfect like me. That dude's gonna make mistakes. The wise woman, she ain't trying to change him to fit her. She's accepting him for where he is. She is the woman who would take $5 and turn it into $50,000. She's the one that makes miracles out of BS. She's the one who ain't constantly got her hand out. She's the one that's gonna get up and go to work. She's the one who don't believe in male emasculation. She's the one ain't on that feminist bullshit. She's the one who's not easily influenced and weak willed at nothing. She's the one that's not doing everything that society says. She's the one's like, no, I don't believe in eating out all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cook at home. She's the one's like, no, 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 I ain't with all that modern day shit. I got traditional things. I got a splash of modern with a plethora of traditional. She's the one that was in the kitchen when her mom was cooking. She's the one that listens to her mom who tells her this is how you keep a man. She's the one who don't mind feed that man. No matter what time he come home, she gonna go in there and fix him some. She's the one, she ain't gonna defraud him in the bedroom. She's the one, no matter, even if that thing ain't perfect, she's not the one who's going to manipulate and play games with her vagina and try to keep it from him because he says something or done something that's not so kosher or whatever. She's different. And so you got dumb women and you got wise women. You got dumb men and you got wise men. There's a difference. How she walks, how he talks, how he walks. They're challenging each other to make a better us. They have a dialogue and a narrative and a verbiage that says quitting ain't an option. No matter what we go through, we going to weather the storm together. Because I realize you ain't perfect, but you're perfect for me. I realize I ain't perfect, but I'm perfect for you. And together we're going to bring our imperfections and we're going to make excellence. It's not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be rainbows and sunshines. It's not always going to be, singing and dancing 24/7. But we going to make something out of nothing. And we going to implement action. We going to get our bodies right and we going to get our money right together. You got a dream and you got a vision, I'm going to support you. No matter problems that come from the outside of us is coming to attack you, I'm never going to side with other people against you. It's me and you against the world. See, there's a difference between a dummy and a wise person. A dummy going to follow anything that they see and hear. A dummy is going to cause confusion. A dummy is going to cause chaos and mayhem. A dummy is going to feed into all negativity. A dummy is going to be lazy. A dummy is going to let their body go and let their body slide and not care and still expect that they expect it still in their mind expect everything. They ain't going to be a partner. They're going to be a nuisance. They're going to be a hindrance. They're going to be an anchor. You with them, you ain't going no higher. All you doing is going below. You get deeper and deeper in nonsense. They can't listen. They can't be led. Same thing on the other side. He don't want to work. He don't want to listen. He don't ever want to say, I'm sorry. He ain't trying to implement change. He's not trying to make change. He's not trying to do better. He don't take responsibility of his actions. He don't take accountability of what he does wrong. He never says, I'm sorry. He never says, hey, I'm trying to work to do better. No. She beats him down of every mistake. So when he's trying to come up, when he's trying to do better, she keeps reminding him of, let me tell you something, good people. You don't have to remind no man or woman of what they done wrong. They got to live with it. And if you are that immature that you are always bringing up old stuff to that person, when you lose that person, that's on you. That is your fault. At the end of the day, don't come crying. Don't come whining. Don't come bitching and moaning. because that person was trying to fight for you. You ain't never gonna have another cheerleader the way that person cheered you on. You never gonna have another supporter the way that person tried to support you and uplift you. Even when you didn't believe in yourself, they believe more than you. Now you out there back in the community where there's nothing. Because the best thing for you, you wasn't woman enough or man enough to fight for it. Because you kept beating them down with their missteps. You kept beating them down with what they did wrong, as if you was a walking apart to deal with yourself. And you're not. A lot of us, a lot of us men, and a lot of us women think that we are more than what we are. And I said it before, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I put it in this post, I put it in this story. Heard brother talking about it. So I took some and I'm like, let me go ahead and put, blah, 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 blah. But it's true because had conversations. And I said it. Let me say it again to you, fellas. If these women out here kept it a buck with us, kept it a buck with you, a lot of y'all wouldn't be able to come back from it, and you'll be devastated for life. If she told you, bruh, listen, I'm accustomed to 8 inches, not that 5 that you rocking. I'm accustomed being sexually satisfied every single time first, not every blue moon with you. If they really told us and kept it a buck with us, a lot of y'all would be devastated. You talking about her body, that she didn't let her body go, and you ain't seen your penis in 15 years because you got a whole gut butt in front of you. How you thinking that you got a body of a Greek god and you don't? You talking about her. You got a gut, but your arms and shoulders, they may look like all right. But dude, you can't even find your penis. But you knocking her body. Bro, get your body right before you even start talking about her body. And secondly, you should try to help her to get her body better. If you a real dude, you ain't gonna be knocking her. You should be there to help support her. Now, bro, now if she refuses and she being lackadaisical and she sometimes okay, she not even trying. I get that. Now she bona fide lazy. See, the reason I can't deal with lazy, because I watched a woman work multiple jobs who was my mother. So I'm not, if you lazy, please go that way. And I have witnessed and I have experienced, and let me tell you something, I'm never going to talk about something that I have not been through, gone through, got through, currently in. To talk about or speak on a thing that I've never experienced will make me a bona fide liar. And I'm not going to speak on what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to call no names. I'm not going to put nobody out there like that because that's major. That's a huge disrespect. I'm not attaching a name to anything. I will attach experience and maybe a timeline, but I'm never going to attach the name because you're not going to go back and say, well, he said this about you, blah, 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 blah. Or they won't be able, you said, I ain't talking about you. You don't know who I'm talking about. But I have been in lazy relationships, marriages, situationships, whatever you want to call them. Meaning dealing with lazy people. I just sat in here and talked to some clients today that I'm not going to mention names. And I said, and they were ladies. I said, let me tell you something, ladies. Let me tell you something. Respectfully, if you know you can't take on that job, don't apply for it. If that brother got muscles from head to toe, and that's his MO and that's what he do, don't apply for that job when you ain't about that job yourself. Because there's going to be some pressure being with that brother because he about that fitness life. So when you become lazy and you don't want to do it no more, You start getting gut butts and triple chins and chipmunk cheeks and all this other stuff. How you think that's gonna go? Have you ever had a real transparent conversation with yourself and asked yourself, how would I feel if the shoe was on the other foot? And he's still encouraging you, he's still trying to be there for you, still trying to love you, but you, because you feel so bad about yourself, you guilt him by how he looked. So your insecurities, but he was like that 15 years ago when you met him. He's about that life. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. He made a conscious decision years ago in his younger state that he did not want to be average or have a body of mediocrity. And he didn't want to have all these health risks. He's watched people die in his family for health reasons that they could have prevented. Don't knock that brother because he keeps his body tight and right. Get you somebody that nobody else wants but you, if that's going to be your attitude. But to date somebody who's about that fitness life, that's going to be automatic pressure. He ain't got to never say nothing negative about you. You going to have that pressure because of the way he looks, because he's about it. 5-6 days a week. Same thing on the flip side, brothers. That goes for you too. You not exempt. Bruh, if you met that woman 15 years ago and she was about that fitness life, you think it's gonna change? If she been doing that thing since she was a kid, that's who she is. It's a part of her DNA. So, bruh, when her body just stay tight and stay fit and stay tight and she's consistent and you didn't let yourself slide, you didn't got a gut butt, you ain't seen your penis in 20 years, how you gonna make her feel bad about what she been doing almost all her life? And then you have these insecure conversations, these insecure remarks, these things that you do in an insecure manner, and then you ain't even acknowledging that stuff, but you manipulating them with your insecurities. People understand this. People can manipulate you with their insecurities. It's called insecurities of manipulations. Fellas don't buy into that. Ladies don't buy into that. Listen, if we, if that truth is the new hate speech, and I know ain't nobody gonna like nothing that I'm saying. Listen, don't sign up for, do not apply for a job that you don't have a qualifications for. Do not apply for a job that you don't have the applications for. That Greek Adonis and whatever. Oh, he got to be this. Don't apply for that job. You ain't got the qualifications. You don't have the qualifications, bruh. Don't apply for that job that you want her to be perfect, 36, 24, whatever. Perfect waist, perfect butt, perfect hips, perfect face, perfect height, everything. Perfect nails, perfect feet, everything. Beautiful, dimples, pretty skin, pretty hair. You want all that. But, bro, don't apply for that job if you don't have the qualifications to do that job. And I told him, get you somebody that matches you because you're going to go through pressure if you don't. Because if you can't keep your body up, if you lazy, if you ain't got the work ethic to keep your body up, if you ain't got the work ethic to be in that gym, if you ain't got the work ethic and the willpower not to eat all that bad stuff and not to be hiding all these bad things that you eating and whatever, what you think gonna happen? And then you're gonna get mad at him when he's not attracted to you no more. Let me tell you something, man. I have sit in relationships in the beginning and had full blown relationships say, listen, man, I'ma love you straight up. But that body, I ain't expecting you to carry your dud ass in the gym 6 days a week like my ass. But you should keep yourself up for you. But when you eat and drink yourself into oblivion and you turn around and looking like fat bastard from Austin Powers, and then you gonna give me attitude like I made you get that way, and I'm trying to cheer you on, I'm trying to encourage you, I'm trying to be the Superman of positivity, I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to be your trainer. I'm trying to be your preacher. I'm trying to be your lawyer. I'm trying to be your teacher. I'm trying to be everything that I know how to be. And then you still turn that narrative around and it's my fault. That's some bullshiggity shit. That is insecurities of manipulation. You did that, ma'am. So you need to take accountability and responsibility that you went and then blew the hell up like a blowfish. Whose fault is that? That is not my fault. Now you mad at yourself, and then you giving me all that attitude of all those things that you going into and making me feel bad about how I am. But not one time have I made you feel bad. Not one time have I say, no, don't touch me. Not one time have I say, no, I ain't been, no, I don't. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to love you. Still trying to give you that. Still trying to give you that sex in the bedroom. Still trying to do this. That. It ain't good enough for you. But you throwing my mistakes and my wrongdoing to make you feel better about yourself. Fellas, y'all do it too, to the women too, vice versa. Don't make that woman feel bad because she got a nice body and she's always taking care of pride of her body and you didn't let yourself slide. She used to get on top of you, man, and you do business. Now your belly anyway ain't nothing working. Come on, man. How that's her fault? And she trying to be a superwoman, Wonder Woman to you. She trying to lift you up. She's trying to support you. She's still trying to give you the love it. She's still trying to make you feel better as a man. But yet and still, your insecurities or manipulation is making her feel bad. How is that going to work? You are faulting these people for something they've done predominantly all their life, and you are making them feel bad for it with your insecurities of manipulation. That don't work on smart people who see through that. Now, I haven't had to talk to you and say, listen, I ain't expecting you to be perfect, but man, take care of yourself. Keep yourself up. I ain't asking you to be, but and then see, I'm gonna have to talk to you. I'm 230 pounds of muscle, not fat. So if you come to the realms, if you would get into the realms of my weight, we gotta have a talk. How I'm supposed to just gloss over that shit? I'm like, what's going on? I ain't even saying I'm gonna leave you, but I say, listen, man, you got to keep that up. I've had these conversations, and they totally forget about the conversation. Listen, man, men, we're visual creatures. Some of us get disinterested. It happens. You gonna get mad at that dude for real? He's steady trying to work with you, but you still, nobody working through all that attitude, man. You ain't implemented no action, but you implement a whole list of attitude innuendos and things of that nature. But it's his fault. You mean to tell me I have a choice to work out or don't, and I choose not to work out? That's my woman's fault. How that's her fault? How that fall on her? See, the thing that bothers me about grown ass people, they don't take no responsibility, accountability of not even the things that they do to their own selves, to their own self. But you gonna make me feel bad because you didn't got big as hell. How is that my problem? I'm trying to motivate. How you got a whole training as a man and you done got out of shape? Somebody please riddle me that bullshit shit. How you got a man with a exercise science degree, nutrition degree, this is what he does, and how you done let yourself go? How does that happen? You got a man, that's what they do for a living, and you didn't let you. That's on you all day and twice on Sunday, baby. You ain't got. How, that's like being married to a dentist and you get bad teeth. How does that happen? How does that happen? It happens because you don't give a shit about yourself. You can't tell me you care about yourself. No, what happened was you got comfortable and thought that he was always going to be there. I heard a pastor, a good pastor, I'm not going to say no names, great pastor, still pastoring today. He said this. I said, what you say? He said, some people think that the person they with, they going to be with forever. That ain't not necessarily the case. Just because you marry somebody, just because you be with somebody, don't necessarily mean that it's going to be forever. I said, man, Pastor say that? He sure did. See, but that was real. And that's what I love about him. That's what I love about him to this day. He had sermons on real stuff. Like, it was real. Like, God, man. It wasn't sugarcoated. Y'all want people to sugarcoat everything with you today. I'm sorry. If you are in Sean Taylor's present, I'm sorry. I can't sugarcoat it. I'll be mean. I'll be the prick. I'll be the dick. I'll be the rude boy. I'll be whatever you say. But I'm not going to sit up here and appease you with a plethora bucket of lies. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm not built that way. Now, I used to do it. Now, I'm at the point, this is what it is. I'm sorry it don't sound real sexy to you, but it's the truth. You got one or two choices. You can accept it or not accept it. If you don't accept it, that's on you. I told you the truth. You have all the attitude in the world. I really don't give two shits because I told you the truth. Now, what you conjure up in your mind and what you mind fuck yourself to believe in your own head, that's on you at the end of the day. I told you, you asked me a question, here's the answer. Sorry that you don't like it, but I'm not going to beg for you to like me. I'm not going to beg for you to love me. I'm not going to beg for you to support me. I'm not going to beg for you to stay in this marriage. I'm not going to beg for you to stay in this relationship. I'm not going to beg you to be my friend. Even if you're a family member, I'm not going to beg you to call me. I'm not begging you for nothing because value don't beg. It took my mom damn near 30 years to get into my head, to beat into my head of me believing in Sean. She said, baby, it don't matter if nobody in this world believes in you. What matters when you lay your head down to go to sleep at night is that you believe in yourself and you always bet on you. I don't care how much I done been dumped, divorced, left, abandoned. It's cool. And I took them L's and I ate each and every one of those L's. And I bounced back. And when they see you again, damn, you still look good. You're up. Yeah, you damn right I am. Because that's how I'm built. You ever run into exes, you see me like, God damn, I can't believe I even dated that person. You ain't never gonna catch me sliding, baby. If anything, you can be like, damn, that Negro still look good. Oh, yeah. But I do it for me. I never did it for you. I was doing it for me before I met you. I was doing push-ups and sit-ups at 11 before I met you. You wouldn't even have thought when I was 11. You wouldn't have thought when I was 12. You wouldn't have thought when I was 13. You wouldn't have thought when I was playing ball. You wouldn't have thought when I won Ironman trophies. You wouldn't have thought when I won high PT in the military with 300 points, which is hard as hell to do. To get 300 points on a military PT test, it's hard as hell to do. You weren't with me for no award that I've gotten. You weren't with me when they shut down the high school and presented me with the Ironman Trophy Award. When they shut the whole damn school, you was nowhere around. So I did it before you. I'm going to do it after you. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it regardless. So you ain't got nothing to do with the way my body looks because I made a commitment to myself. I made an oath to myself that I was not going to look average when I was young, when I was older, whatever, whatever, whatever. I was not going to be mediocre. I was not going to be like you mere mortals. I wasn't going to think like you mere mortals. I wasn't going to act like you mere mortals. I wasn't going to love like you mere mortals. I wasn't going to have that fake loyalty like you mere mortals. Let me tell you something about love and loyalty. See, love, you can love somebody and stab them in the back. See, loyalty is I can be mad at you. I cannot stand you at that moment. I cannot want to talk to you at that present time. But if you need me, I'm going to show up. That's loyalty. And that's something I learned from the streets. A lot of y'all don't even know what loyalty is. But when you talk about love and loyalty, give me the loyalty. Because everybody say I love you one day and the next day it's nothing. See, but that loyalty, that means I can call you up and, I'm mad at you, but what you need? I got you. That's loyalty. And my loyal people, on one hand, I can call them right now. Boom, what you need? Now, I only know 5. I ain't got 6. I ain't got 7. Ain't got 8. Ain't got 9 or 10. 5. That's it. That I can call them up right now. What you need, when you need it, I'll be there. Boom. How many loyal people do you have in your camp? And those 5 loyal people are non-judgmental. Our arguments ain't going to turn into tomorrow's problem. How many of you are with people, been with people, married to people, engaged to people in relationships, situationships, whatever you want to call it, that you had an argument with a person on Monday, and then Tuesday it's not it's not a problem. See, when you know you got something unique, powerful, something that is rare, something that people never have, is when you have an argument on Monday and it don't turn into Tuesday's problem. See, when people start moving funny style with you, don't talk to you no more, whatever the case may be, I love that. Because the big man said, I'm going to move out everything that's not meant to be there for you. Because it was fugazi from the start. And the fugazi people, they keep a tally of everything you done wrong. They tally it up. 1, 2, they tally it up. Like Legos. They tally it up. They like stack. So when it finally ends, they go through everything, every wrong thing from A to Z, and they throw it all up in your face. My mother, and I stand on it and I believe her for it. And it is so true. She said the only way that things work between a man and a woman is you got to take judgments out of it. And see, once you take judgments out of the equation, a person can be themselves in their butt naked self. Like they can take off all their clothes. They can just be naked with you. And there's no judgments. A non-judgmental relationship, Monday's argument ain't gonna turn into Tuesday's problem. They ain't gonna move funny style with you. See, the one thing I don't like about you people out here, y'all will be with somebody and when it was great, 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 and then y'all act like y'all don't even freaking know them. See, y'all are fucked up. I wasn't raised that way. And when people say, "Oh, Sean, this person got beef with you," you made yourself an enemy out of me. I didn't make yourself no enemy because I didn't move funny with you. You stopped calling me. You stopped talking to me. You stopped bothering me. But if you called my phone up right now, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? You doing all right?" That's me. That's how Gwen raised Sean and Lynn. We don't move like you mere mortals, man. You feel me? You dig? We don't move like you. Y'all fake, funny acting, fugazi, funny style. How you be with somebody and talk about them like they a damn dog when you no longer with them? I wouldn't want nobody like you if you was the only person on the planet. Every person I've probably ever been with move like that. So the big man, my mom always told me when they act like that, baby, just let you know you dodge bullets because they done treated everybody like that. You done been with me 6, 10, 12, 15, 14 years, and all of a sudden we not together no more. You act funny. No, you ain't got to worry about me no more, player. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm not going to act like you, but I see how fucked up you really are. You just expose yourself, even with friends, even family members, even women or whatever. When you move like that, you show me exactly who you are. And you took a big risk playing that hand. Now I see how you really are. It ain't nothing, we ain't got to talk about it. You done already showed me how you are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I don't know how y'all live with yourself. I don't know how y'all do that. How y'all tell me how y'all do that? You that bitter? And see, my mom always broke down. She said when they move like that, they still resentful, they still bitter, they ain't over the situation. They gonna act their ass off. Like Academy Award acting. But how they move shows you how they feel about that situation. Hmm. Yeah. Well, mom said you ain't got to dig for nothing, baby. Just be observant. Whatever an action a person implements, that's who they are. You can't do the backstroke on that one. That's who you is. And we ain't got to talk about it. You've already shown me who you are. And on the cool, I'm cool with it. But I don't mess with you no more like that. You didn't show me you ain't not there is nothing there never was nothing special about you. Because you done took that mask off finally and showed me who you really were. After all the dust settled and all the debris then came down. Yeah, man. People show you who they are when they don't get what they want. Ooh. People will show you how they are when they don't get what they want, baby. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had a woman, man, fly all the way from around the world. Mm-hmm. I did her dirty too. That woman flew all around the world when I was in a full blown marriage trying to get me back from a whole different country. See, it's rare to have people in your life that let bygones be bygones. But in her mind, and this is what she told me, she's like, I realized the best thing I ever had is when I was with you. Everything I ever had after you, Sean, it was, it, it was mediocre at best. Nothing or no one ever came close. That's why I've flown all the way around the world to see if we can make this work. I said, girl, I'm in a marriage. I'm in a whole marriage. She's like, you ain't happy though. Y'all don't hear me, man. Y'all don't hear me, man. And see, when people really love you, they never give up on you. But this world we live in today, man, y'all love each other and y'all give up on each other tomorrow. They cough wrong. You're like, hey, I can't deal with this. You know what I mean? You, it don't work. It won't work. You ain't got nothing. A lot of y'all think y'all got something out there, man. You ain't got nothing, man. Bruh, she ain't your girl. This is just your turn, homie. Sis, he ain't your dude. It's just your turn, sis. Go through something. Then you see what you got. Mhm. I'm talking about go through something hard. Now you see what you got. And I tell somebody that, and that's why I tell people, man, I know when somebody in love with me. Boy, when you know somebody flew around for different countries to come and get you, and I wasn't even perfect, and I did wrong. She said, I gotta see if there's any life left. I said, God, boy, I was in a catch 22. I was in a catch 22, but I said, I just can't. I can't leave my wife, man. That's real talk. I saw my mama. I told her I can't leave my wife. No, the marriage is shitty, but I just can't. I made a vow. I got to try to make this work. Real talk. Real talk. Yep, real talk. Part of me regret it. You damn right. I ain't even gonna lie. I think about that shit. I was thinking about that when that divorce finally went. I thought about that for years. Thought about it for years, man. And that's why I tell people. I said, no, man. I know when somebody in love with me, man. When I done fucked up the shit all the way upside down, I done messed up royally, and that person's still fighting. Oh, yeah, that's when you know somebody love you, dude. That's when you know. So that's why I be like, man, all that bubblegum talk they be talking out there, I be like, yeah, whatever. Whatever, because once you done seen real, everything else, you be like, nah, I know when somebody loves me. When somebody loves you despite your own self, how difficult your ass can be, how a whole problem you can be, how annoying you can be, how nagging, how aggravating, how frustrating you can be. They love you through your bullshit. They love you through your trauma. They love you through all your nonsense. That's when you got something. Don't be dumb to think that you, in 2023, this world gets worse. Every 6 months to a year, it gets worse and worse. You think you're going to find something genuine, authentic that's going to be there for your monkey dud ass? Man, you are a fool. And if someone humbles themselves and come back to you and then you shit on them anyway, oh, you deserve to get everything that you got. See, you love with your hurt, your problem, and your bitterness and resentment that you can't get past that this thing is the best thing for you. Because they still fighting. You're fat, you're nasty, you're lazy, they still fighting for your fat ass. And you walk around here like you walk around here like you got a body of J Lo or something. I mean, you walk around here like you like, come on, man, make the bullshit make sense. Please make it make sense. No, yes, that's a loss. You ain't never gonna get nothing close like that again. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you right there. Not in looks or nothing. You gonna now? It is what it is. But you had an opportunity, and you shit the bed on that. Can't say you didn't have the opportunity to get it straight, but you didn't want to let the past go. Well, now you got the past, and you in that cold ass bed alone. Mm-hmm. Well, tough on you. It is what it is. That's on the men and women. But if you trying to change anything in your life, personally, professionally, with your body, your health, your fitness journey, you must implement action for change to come into fruition. Don't make a New Year's resolution not knowing that resolution is the act to resolve a thing. If you make a resolution this new year, you better be damn sure you plan on resolving the issue with action. Or that's just a resolution that falls on deaf ears everywhere because nothing's going to come of it. That's all I got, man. Eat to live this weekend. Don't live to eat, man. Listen, please subscribe. No Judgment Zone. It's on YouTube. Follow me at Driven Not Motivated 21 on Instagram, TikTok, TaylorMade 2169. My new business page, TaylorMade Training for You LLC. I'm new. You can just send me a friend request because it's private. Taylor Patrick. That's my new personal page. My last name, I'm using it as my first name for Taylor, and my middle name, I'm using as my last name, Patrick. So it's Taylor Patrick. I had to change things around because, the other ones got hacked. But I hope somebody got something out of this one, man. I hope somebody got something out of this. And you have to really think about things. I'm going to be trying to do my podcast on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays I can, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. trying to get three times a week. But that's all I got, man. Eat to live this weekend, don't live to eat. Remember, Monday's coming right around the corner. And like I always say, surround yourself around people that you can genuinely be your real, true, butt naked self with. Because non-judgmental people are the most rarest, most beautiful people on the planet. And there are well over 7 billion people on this planet. But if you got one person in your life who accepts you with zero judgments, you, my friend, my brother, my sister, have found a rare greatness. Don't shit the bed on those people, man, because those people are rare. Because with those people, no matter what you have done, they ain't gonna look at you different tomorrow. And even if y'all have an argument with a non judgmental person, that argument ain't gonna turn into tomorrow's problem. Remember that. I catch you guys on the flip. Peace.